So we're headed north on Highway 395. We spent last night in Ridgecrest, California, by China Lakes there, the naval testing site. And we're here. We've entered, actually that sign just said we're at 4,000 feet elevation. We've entered the Southern Sierras, and they're beautiful. There's a big storm that came through yesterday, and it's still on the back end here. Dumped a bunch of snow, but the road's clear here down in the valley. We really wish we could get up in the mountains and get, skiing and whatnot. We're trying to figure out how to do that with the Airstream. Not quite sure yet, but today we're headed to Death Valley, and drop down below sea level. So at minimum, 5,000-6,000 feet elevation loss probably from where we were at today to down to, I don't know, Death Valley is like 200 feet below sea level. It's pretty amazing how much California contrast has in terrain and elevation.
I'm doing the video? All right. So we're on our way to Death Valley. We decided to come up, last night we were in Ridgecrest, California, and there were kind of two ways to come up towards Death Valley. We chose to come up by 395 because it was a little bit closer to the backside of the Eastern Sierras, and we thought it would be a beautiful view. And so far we've been well rewarded for that decision. It's been absolutely beautiful. There's a big storm that came through over the last few days and dumped some snow up there. And right there's, I think that's Sequoia National Forest, and if you go up a little bit further, it's the backside of Sequoia National Park. But because of the inclement weather, we're not going up that way. We're cutting over now on 190 towards Death Valley. So hopefully we'll be in Death Valley a little bit later on today. We made it down 190 to the first signage for Death Valley National Park, and it's interesting, it's not what we expected to be the entrance of Death Valley, because we're in the mountains, kind of like this high plateau area, and it's speckled in snow, and we can see like it looks like we're driving into the clouds behind us. So far an unexpected experience at Death Valley National Park, so more to come. We are in Death Valley, driving through, trying to get to where we're going to stay, which we think is going to be Furnace, something Furnace, I can't remember exactly the name, but we came down one really steep section right after we entered the park, and then it went into a valley, which couldn't find the name of the valley on Google Maps, so I'm not really sure, but and then you kind of go up the mountains again on the other side. And now we're getting ready to go back down the other side, actually into Death Valley. So apparently this is the really steep area. It goes on for 17 miles. So we just pulled over to check everything, check our brakes, make sure we're connected well and everything before we go down probably the steepest descent so far of the trip.
So we're headed down a steep section here into Death Valley. It's pretty windy and steep, so there's not any major areas yet that you're going to pick up a lot of speed. But we always apply the method to slow ourselves down going down these hills of applying consistent brake pressure up to about 3 seconds. So it's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And on these more windy roads, we try to keep our speed down well below the speed limit. And on this road, they have a bunch of signs around some of the sharp turns, usually 25 or 35 miles per hour. But I think we're about to hit a real steep drop off here. We're going all the way down this time.
we made it to Stovepipe Wells. It's the first kind of little gathering of buildings, and not really a town, but gas station, gift shop, general store, whatnot, as you come into Death Valley from the way we did. We're at sea level finally, so came down from over 4,000 feet to now, and I guess we'll continue to go down even more because Death Valley actually sits at the lowest point a couple hundred feet below sea level. We're about 20 minutes from Furnace Creek, where we're thinking we're going to camp for the night. But while we're here in Stovepipe Wells, we're going to grab a bite to eat because we're hungry. So we're going to check out the saloon and see how the food selection is there.
Thanks for watching.
Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and stay tuned for more adventures of Live the Odyssey.